Hey everybody, welcome to Echo Unplugged, where faith, storytelling, and music all combine in a laid-back acoustic atmosphere. If this is your first time joining us, special welcome to you. Our mission is to create community for single adults to grow in their relationship with Jesus Christ and one another. Tonight, Rachael Mann will be going unplugged for us. If that name sounds familiar, it's because Rachael performed for us for Singles Night of Worship on Good Friday, and we are so happy to have her back. She's going to be taking us behind the scenes and telling us more about her story and her lyrics. But first, let's pray. Dear Father, thank you so much for this awesome opportunity that we get to just listen to Rachael's music. God, I pray that you speak to us, each one of us, through her song, through her lyrics. And God, just grant her just a wonderful ability to do that tonight. And we ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. Without further ado, Rachael Mann.
Hi everyone, my name is Rachael Mann, and I'm a singer-songwriter. I've literally been singing my whole life. I started singing at the age of 7, and I really believe, God gives us certain gifts, and I'm so thankful for the gift to sing. I've got my amazing guitar player. You can introduce yourself.
Howdy, my name is Jason.
And we met at I was buying a really nice sound system, and he helped me buy that sound system, so we connected that way. So tonight we're just going to be sharing some songs with you that I actually, crazy story, I grew up singing. For 10 years I never knew how to write music. And so I started praying and asking God for the gift to write. And as soon as I graduated high school, I started writing music. And so ever since then, it's just been an incredible journey of getting songs, I believe, downloaded from God and putting it out there, co-writing songs with people. And it's a great journey. A lot of times when a songwriter writes something, it's from something they've gone through or an experience somebody else has gone through, and they shared that story with them. But a lot of these stories that I'm going to share with you tonight are very personal stories of things that I've gone through. There's going to be a song that we're going to do first. It's called Roll with the Punches. And a little about my background. I grew up in Alabama, but I moved to Nashville, Tennessee in 2010 after a very strong leading from God. And I just knew when I moved there that I would be connected with a lot of different writers. I didn't know how to explain it, but I really felt like I was going to meet people. And so one of the people that I met is a songwriter by the name of Chrissy Nordoff. And Chrissy Nordoff, some of you may know, she actually wrote a song called Your Great Name by Natalie Grant. And so I remember I got connected with her. I remember one day I went over to her home along with another songwriter. Her name's Morgan McClanahan. And we basically got together and we were like, okay, we're actually going to write a song for Mandisa. If you know who Mandisa is, she's a Christian artist. She was on American Idol. So our whole thought process with this song, Roll with the Punches, was for Mandisa. So we got together. It literally took us maybe 2 hours, and that's incredible when you're writing a song to think like sometimes it takes days to write a song, but we literally wrote it within like a few hours. And what this song talks about is, on a day-to-day basis, we can have good days and we can have bad days. And just because you're a Christian doesn't mean that every day is going to be perfect. But it is important to know that when you are a Christian, you do have an adversary on your side, which is Jesus. You can talk to him and say, help me out here. And but we also have a choice. Am I going to be negative all day long, or am I going to be, excited about the outcome? And so Roll with the Punches talks about, regardless of what comes your way, anything can come our way throughout the day. Someone could be mean to you. You could have just something happen that's just out of your control. But are you going to think about that negatively all day? Or are you going to say, you know what, I'm going to get up and I'm going to roll with the punches? So we decided to write this song, Roll with the Punches, based upon that. And so tonight I've got my incredible guitar player again, Jason, and we're going to come together and work on this song for you, Roll with the Punches. You keep looking all around now. Think you're gonna find it somehow. The cure-all remedy. True. You're so used to getting knocked down. The bell is ringing and you're on the ground. But you're stronger than you think. So get up. You gotta roll with the punches. Get up. You gotta roll with the punches. If you think you're lost, then think again. You were born to win. You're a champion. Get up. You gotta roll. Every day we're living is a new day. Another chance to have a clean slate. To get back on your feet and say, hey world, there's a fight arising deep within. Getting tougher with the thicker skin. So take your victory. And get up. You gotta roll with the punches. Get up. You gotta roll with those punches. If you think you're lost, then think again. You were born to win. You're a champion. Get up. You gotta roll. Hey. Everybody loves to see the underdog stand and take the lead. Now is your time. This is your place. All it takes is a leap of faith. And get up. You gotta roll with the punches. Get up. You gotta roll with those punches. If you think you're lost, then think again. You were born to win. You're a champion. Get up. You gotta roll with those punches. Get up. If you think you're lost, then think again. You were born to win. You're a champion. Get up. You gotta roll with those punches. Sing it, Jason, now. Come on. Hey.
Get up.
Hey.
Oh, get up.
Get up.
Get up.
You gotta roll with those punches. Cool. Yeah. I love collaborating with other artists and guitar players, and it's just a lot of fun. It's just such a joy, just to be able to worship together. And so this next song that I'm going to sing, and Jason's also going to join with me. It's kind of fun. So a little bit about me. I actually sing at all different places. I sing sometimes at churches where it's just I'm the only Caucasian, and just to be real, and I sing all different churches and events, and I'm very thankful for that. And I really feel like it's helped me grow in my style. I love R&B. I love gospel. I actually grew up singing a lot of gospel music, and like I said before about the song "Roll with the Punches." There are some times in our life that we're going to go through hard times. It's just the truth. And right now, especially with everything going on in our world, a lot of people are struggling. A lot of people have lost their jobs. A lot of people are fearful about the outcome. And it's normal to feel that way. It's normal to get frustrated, and it's normal to worry sometimes. But at the same time, again, we do have an incredible Father, God, who loves us so much. And I remember, gosh, it was when I was living in Alabama. I was going through a very hard time. And for those that know me, they know that, even though all of us can fail from time to time, I truly want to be pleasing in front of the sight of God. So I remember there was a time in my life, you don't even know this story, why I wrote this, why this song came about. But I remember I was at a church, and I actually had somebody accuse me of wanting to be with her husband. Wow. It's the truth.
It happens all the time to me.
Yeah. But it was so far from my character. And it was actually awful, because I was like, I would never in a million years have done that. It hurt me very bad, and it was really hard because I ended up having to go to that church and see those people. And it was hard because people were actually taking her side, and I felt like I didn't have a voice. And I just asked God, I would actually get on my knees and just ask God to reconcile the situation, because honestly, I didn't know what to do. And I remember there was a very sweet lady. She was a grandmother of a guy that I knew. And one day I was at that church, and she comes over to me and she said, "Honey, you're going through something." And I just started crying because I didn't want to talk about it. And she said, I want to encourage you with something. When you feel like you're at the end of your rope, that's when God's about to give you a breakthrough. And I knew after hearing that, I literally went home and I got my Bible out and I just sat in my room and I cried. And literally within probably, I have to say, about 10 minutes, this song came out. It was like, whoa. And it's a song called Breakthrough. And I've sung it several places, and literally anybody that's going through anything can say that sometimes, I just need a breakthrough. You could be going through chemotherapy, whatever. God, I need a breakthrough. Help me. I can't do this by myself. So I pray this song encourages you, no matter what your situation, that, God is great, and he's bigger than all of this, and he is able to take us through breakthroughs. Doesn't mean it will be immediate, but he's able and capable of that. So I want to encourage you with this song, and
Amen to that. Amen to that.
All right. First things first, I'm not gonna curse, but I'm tired of you hanging around. Speaking of the devil, I'm tired of you messing with my family and my friends, and the way things have been going down. Since my life's just a vapor, well, your time is limited. The attacks are getting stronger, but you can't break through armor. My God will finish it. Now is the time that you get your breakthrough. Open up your heart and watch him press through. Hold on.
Hold on.
Be strong.
Be strong.
Watch my God pour his favor on you. Now is the time that you get your breakthrough. Open up your heart and watch him press through. Hold on.
Hold on.
Be strong.
Be strong.
Watch my God pour his favor on you.
Woo.
Play it. Come on. Whoa. Let me tell you now. Listen. God has not given you a spirit of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind. He is with ya. He will never leave ya. He's with you all the time. When you feel like you are all alone and nobody seems to care, just rest on this assured promise that he is always there. Some people told me that as I'm looking down the road before me, and all that I can see is trouble on either side. Hold on It's a testing of my faith, and you console me when it's over, and it won't last forever. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, now is the time that you get your breakthrough. Open up your heart and watch him press through. Hold on, be strong.
Be strong.
Watch my God pour his favor on you. Now is the time that you get your breakthrough. Open up your heart and watch him press through. Hold on.
Hold on.
Be strong.
Be strong.
Watch my God pour his favor on you. So I'm going to break this one down a little bit. So I told you I sing at all different churches, right? All styles and whatever. So, you know, a lot of times I go to churches and you get a pastor that's up there and he says, look to your neighbor and says, look to your neighbor and tell him this. Oh, wait. Whoa, wait a minute.
I guess it's you.
Okay, I guess it's me. Yeah, so look to your neighbor, right? And just tell your neighbor this. Say, favor, favor.
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 Are you ready for that favor?
Ready for that favor.
Are you ready for that favor?
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 Are you ready for that favor? Yeah. Now is the time that you get your breakthrough. Open up your heart and watch him press through. Hold on.
Hold on.
Be strong. Watch my God pour his favor on you. Now is the time that you get your breakthrough. Open up your heart and watch him press through. Hold on. Be strong. Watch my God pour his favor on you. Hey. Come on.
Favor, favor.
I love it so much.
Favor, favor.
Whoa.
Favor, favor. Favor, favor. Are you ready for that favor?
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 Are you ready for that favor, favor? Oh.
Yes. That's awesome.
I think the funny part is I feel like we're asking each other like, hey, are you ready to do that favor?
Oh, yeah.
I have a favor I gotta ask you. Are you ready?
That's true.
Are you ready for the favor?
Yes, I am.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you sure?
I love it. You're awesome. This is great. I'll tell you what. I love God, and this is awesome. So I'm going to actually deviate from the writing this course because I have to talk about this song.
Yeah.
So just recently, I came out with a new song called Control. Don't know if, did you hear it yet? I don't know if you've heard it yet. Oh, you've heard it, yeah. Okay, cool. So soon and very
Asking if I
soon.
heard it. What do you think
Have
you
you heard it? Oh yeah, duh, we played it. The recording of Control. But so I'll tell you a really cool story. A couple years ago, I was living in Nashville for about 7 years, and when people told me, when people were like, why did you move away from Nashville? Even when I sing some places and people are like, tell me about your story. Why would you move from Nashville? It's Music City. Well, that was a really hard choice for me to make, but it was a choice that I really felt like God was telling me to do. So back in late 2016, early 2017, I felt like God was like, you need to move to Atlanta. And my family lives here, so it was just an obvious choice for me to come here. It was really hard because I left all my friends, and I came here kind of not really singing or anything. I just came almost like as a rest. I felt like God was like, go to Atlanta, hang out with your family, rest for a while. Never even did any music or anything. And but as time went on, I started getting involved with a church, and they're a local church called Mountain Lake in Cumming, Georgia. And I actually started doing, I joined the praise team. And so the first Sunday that I sang at that church, there was a song that was on the roster called Control. And when I heard that song, I was like, oh my gosh, this song is incredible. Where can I buy it? I want to sing it. What's going on? And so the worship pastor, his name is Sean Walden, I asked him, I said, hey, where can I get this song Control? And he said, well, I wrote it. And so it's not out. It's not available. I just wrote it. This is just a demo quality. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you wrote this song. It's one of the best songs I've ever heard. So as time went on, I really felt like God was pressing upon me that it was time for me again to start recording a project. And so I hadn't recorded something in like 4 years, so had been a while. I was like, this is time. So I reached out to a producer by the name of Nathan Walters. Nathan was in the group called Plus One. I don't know if you ever remember them, but they were a boy band Christian group back in the early 2000s. Yeah.
Was the plus like a cross sign?
It was a cross sign.
I don't doubt that one.
So it was Plus One. And so basically, I grew up listening to their music. I loved, because at that time I was into NSYNC. I was into Backstreet Boys and everything. And so I grew up listening to their music. But I met Nathan in Nashville, and I talked to Nathan, and I said, hey, I would love to start working on a new song. And so I got permission from Sean Walden, the worship pastor, to record this song Control. So I started working on this song in 2019. But what's crazy is little did any of us know that this would be happening right now in our world. So the song was taking forever to complete because I had to keep on driving back and forth to Nashville to record, and I was kind of getting frustrated. But the song literally was done February of 2020. That was right before everything hit really hard here in the U.S. And so it was just perfect time, because when you hear the words to the song Control, it talks about not having fear whenever you're going through anything. It says, no fear, no doubt, I call your name and chains are broken. And so I really feel like this song is perfect time. It's a perfect time song. It's a timeless song, because anybody need to hear something like this. Mm-hmm. But it's a perfect time song. So I'm going to sing it tonight. I did not write this song, but at the same time, I just recorded it, so I want people to know about it. So it's called Control, and here we go.
I will not be shaken, 'cause every fear you've taken, standing firm on every promise, I know you're in control. Enemies will tremble at the mention of your name. My victory is coming. I know you're in control. Strongholds are never broken. Things change because a word is spoken. One thing I know is certain is that you're reigning
I know that sometimes we just need to hear it again and again. Whatever we're going through, that strongholds now are broken. Things change because of words He's spoken. One thing I know for certain is that He's reigning over us. So sing it with me. Strongholds now are broken. Things change because of words you've spoken. One thing I know is certain is that you're reigning over
Yeah, use the whole keyboard. Yeah, leave no key untouched. Yeah.
Here we go.
The Lord leaves the 99 to come back for the one. She leaves the 83.
Oh, yes, 88 keys.
88, sorry, 88 keys.
So this next song I'm actually gonna do. So for those that I've said my story, I grew up in Alabama, and I lived there for my whole life until I moved to Nashville in 2010. And so I lived through a lot of different fun, exciting things in Alabama. But one thing that was not exciting was that big, large tornado that came through.
Which one?
Well, there was two that I remember very much. One was in 2008, and actually one was in 2011 after I moved to Nashville, but my family was living in Birmingham. So there was it was the day, April 27th, 2011. And if you're a weather fan like me, you love to Google weather events. And you can YouTube about April 27th, 2011. 2011. And what happened that day is a very large tornadoes went through. It was like a tornado outbreak. So a very large tornado went through Tuscaloosa, pretty much destroyed a lot of Tuscaloosa, and then it went through Birmingham, North Birmingham. At the time, my family was living like right in a suburb of Birmingham. So they started seeing the paper from the tornado falling in their yard. And at the time, they didn't have a basement, so they had to go to the neighbor's house, and they were calling me because I was up in Nashville. There really wasn't anything I could do. And they just, except for, of course, pray for them, but they just said, hey, we're hunkered down. There's really nothing we can do except for just stay in the basement, and we'll let you know what's going on. But it was literally an F5. It was huge. It did not end up going their way. It ended up going north of Birmingham, but still at the same time, a lot of people's homes and lives, it was terrible things that happened. So I ended up writing a song pretty much based upon, weathering that storm, when we go through storms. And I know a lot of the songs I seem to talk about is going through storms, but honestly, a lot of times in our life, we're going to go through storms, and life isn't always peachy keen. But again, like I said, we do have an incredible God that helps us along the way that we can call on and ask. But the song also talks about, oddly enough, you're talking about the 99. It talks about how God will chase down the one, and that's perfect
Classic.
leeway into the 88
Classic.
keys.
Lord is at work in this coffee shop.
That's right. So I'm going to sing this song. It's called Pieces. And it is available online, so anybody can purchase it, but it's called Pieces.
On the interwebs.
On the interwebs.
On the internet.
On the internet. He says I am strong enough. So I'm so thankful that, you know, he can pick up the pieces when we fall. You know, like the 99, he goes after that one. So it's just really cool how God is and how he works and just how much he loves us. You know, sometimes we forget just how much he loves us, and he loves us so much. So just never forget that. Whatever it is you're going through, just know God does love you, and he does have a plan for your life. You're not here by mistake. You really are here for a reason. And that goes on to my next song. So I grew up, like I said, singing. I sung my whole life, but when I was younger and I was growing up in church, I remember that a lot of people would go on mission trips. And I was so scared to go on a mission trip. I was like, I am not going to go. I am not going to leave the country. I hadn't even probably even been on a plane yet. So to think about getting on a plane and then going halfway around the world to a place that you never know what's going to happen.
What was your first plane ride?
I was 9.
Wow.
But it was like...
So you were terrified of going somewhere else when you were 9?
Yeah. So after that, because it was like a propeller plane I went on my first plane. It was rough.
Yeah, I want
And
to
there
take
was
the
only-
old Cessna on the open sky.
There was only like 9 people on the plane too. It was really scary. So
We all like what, crop dusting in Alabama? Is that
no,
what
it was from here, Alabama to North Carolina.
Oh.
Yeah, that made it worse.
Oh.
So it's from the coast of Alabama to the coast of North Carolina. If you can
Ooh.
imagine that was long.
I always forget there's a coast in Alabama.
Coast of Alabama to
That's
coast of
crazy.
North Carolina. So, I was terrified. I was like, my mom was like, you should think about going on a mission trip. I was like, no, I'm never gonna go. But then as I got older and I got involved with other ministries and things like that, I remember going to a concert. It was actually a Lecrae concert. And they had this group of people, this ministry came in from Oklahoma. And they were setting up all their banners and everything. And they were like, yeah, come with us to, I think they were going to Africa, Cambodia, Thailand, something like that. And I at that time, I was like starting to get I felt like I was really supposed to start traveling outside of the country, not just in America, but just start doing some mission work. Because I started seeing the Feed the Children commercials, and I was like, I want to do that. I want to do that so bad.
Dude, Sarah McLachlan every single time just gets
Oh,
me.
yes, I know. So I wanted to do that so bad. So I just really felt like that was something God was telling me to do. So I connected with this ministry, and at first they were going to go to Africa, and I thought I was really led to go to Africa, but then I heard them talking about going to Cambodia. So in 2009, I ended up going to Cambodia, Israel, and Nepal in the same year. Wow, yeah.
What time for Nepal?
November.
Ooh.
So
wait.
it was great.
Is that above the equator or below the equator? Was
It
it
was-
spring? Was it winter time when you went there?
It was hot. It was
Ooh.
very hot. Very hot.
Thank goodness, 'cause-
And Cambodia was sweltering hot. It was terrible.
Yeah.
But it was great at the same time. And we met thousands and thousands of people. This ministry ministers to thousands of people. And God gave me the opportunity to lead worship on they had a crusade stage, and there were like 12,000 people that came out. And I was able to sing. So it was awesome. But this song was birthed from that, because at the time I was like, okay, God, I know that you've created me to do, and even now I feel like there's so much more that I could be doing. So, and because we always are progressing. I'm like, okay, God, what do you want me to do? Where do you want me to go? And that's my biggest prayer, especially just in ministry or just life. Where do you want me to go next? And especially right now with everything going on, so many people are wondering what they should do. Where they should go. A lot of people lost their jobs. What do I do? Where do I go from here? Where do I go? So my biggest prayer especially with music, ministry, whatever, is that God, where do you want me to go? I want to be where you want me to be. I want to be in the center of your will. So show me where that is. So this song came about. It's called Ready to Go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do we go from here? What do you want to do with me? I know you're not through with me.
key, every
You
key.
got it. Look, if you're not stretching while you're playing, you're not doing it right.
Every key every time.
Facts.
So I got about one last song to do. But it's a song that I think any of us can relate to, along this journey, especially just along life's journey. One of the things that I have prayed for and should pray for more often within my life is to have that faith like a child. Remember when you're a kid, you just believed whatever anybody pretty much said. That's true.
Sounds real, doll. Santa
It
is
sounds real. If it sounds real.
I see Santa at the mall every year. I don't know about y'all. Same with the Easter Bunny, too.
That's true. I see the Easter Bunny every year.
My dentist told me I should stop losing teeth, so I haven't been pulling them out for the tooth fairy.
Oh, man.
Sadly. Yeah.
But,
Weird.
it's so easy, as a kid, when someone says something to you like, hey, here's this, and you're like, wow, that's so wonderful. But along life's journey, things can happen to us. Things can happen sometimes beyond our control that we have no control over.
Control.
Control, aka my song. Buy it now. Plugging that song. But also, just life situations can happen. You can grow up with a family and your parents are doing great, and the next minute they're divorced. And that can affect you. You have a family member that treats you rude, or a schoolmate that treats you rude, or just anything can happen in life that can make us start being bitter and start not trusting God. Or even if you were a child and you grew up in church and you grew up hearing the word, but then time went on, or you went to college and you started hearing the professor started saying, like, there's no such thing as God, and there's all different religions. Yes, but hey, you can believe in every one of these religions and blah, blah. It can be so easy to forget that childlike faith that God tells us to have in the Bible. He says, be like these little children. And so I wanted to write a song about having that faith like a child. That, whatever comes our way, that we can trust God, to have that faith, even when we can't see. And honestly, faith is the hardest thing for so many people, because physically, we may not be able to see Christ physically, but we see his creation everywhere. When I see you, I see his creation, because you're a miracle,
Aww. I am. It's true.
It's true.
Ladies and gentlemen,
you're a miracle.
I'm a miracle.
Yes, we're all miracles. We were all created very special and very unique by God. And so I wanted to write a song based upon having that faith like a child, that we would follow him without question, even if we don't see him physically, that we'll trust him whatever he tells us to do. So here's a song called Faith Like a Child.
Your heart and soul, but in the with the question, and no obstacle would defer my path. Humble me to sing, to feel as it used to be, to have faith like a child, to have faith like a child, to have faith like the child.
There it is.
So thank y'all so much for having me and Jason tonight. I'd love to connect with you all more. I do have a website that you can go to learn about me, my past, or just my bio, where I'm going to be singing next. It's rachaelmann.org, and it's spelled actually RACHAELMANN.org. I'm also on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I would love to hear from you. Feel free to follow me on there. If you go to my website, there is a social media tab. You can click on that, and it will take you to where you can find me on social media. I'd love to, again, to connect with you. And Jason, if there's a way people can find you.
Yeah, you can just follow me on the old gram, the Instagram, Jason__Gardner. All the other ones were taken.
Oh, Gardner spelled how?
Gardner.
Gardner.
Yeah, Jason, Jason. Never met someone else that spelled it different though. So
There is some people that spell it Jayson. I've seen that before.
I'm gonna throw up. Could you imagine I'm sorry, if you're a Jason out there, I'm sure you're
Awesome.
yeah, I'm sure you're great. Yeah.
But I spell mine differently, Rachael.
That's different, right? Rachel is like, there's so many different ways you could spell it.
That's true.
You could spell it REYCHUHL.
You could.
I wouldn't, but you could. I'm just saying.
You could. There's several different ways. So I hope to connect with you all. Again, rachaelmann.org. I'd love to connect with everyone. And thank you again for having us tonight, for letting me share my songs and stories with you.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us for Echo Unplugged. Please make sure to go to our website to check out more of the events that we have coming up. Take care and God bless.